Hey everyone, I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I've got a job shadow here today. This is Taylor Barnes. Taylor, how you doing
I'm
today?
doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a crazy day, hasn't it? We've
Oh
been
yeah.
we've been running around, we've been doing all sorts of stuff. And what do you think about today's weather?
It's looking like it's gonna get pretty crazy tonight.
It sure does. I mean, we've got the storm chances that are popping up. So Taylor is going to be a meteorologist.
Yep.
You have decided to attend University of Oklahoma.
Mhm.
Good school. Love that. That's where I graduated from. They have a great meteorology program. And just tell us just a little bit about the weather tonight, and then we'll kind of dive through it as well. So we've already got storms popping up, right?
Yeah,
You
it
can
looks
see them
like
on the radar. Let's check them out. And this is the storm system that we've been watching for the last several days, and it's coming in. And the risk was completely removed. Now we're going to get a new update to the risk here at 7 o'clock. If you're watching the Razorback game, then I just wanted to provide an update. Maybe you'll be able to watch this after the Razorback game and watch the replay. But we've got a thunderstorm that's already developing. A couple hours before what the model said, the National Weather Service out of Tulsa saying, you know what, we're going to include thunderstorm chances back into the forecast. But let's take a look. It even has some small hail with it as well. So this is a big system. It's a strong system that's moving in. And not only that, but we have the potential for winter weather that follows this system. What a great day to be here. Job
I'm
shadowing.
excited.
There's so much stuff going on. So first of all, let's take a look at the severe weather risk, and we'll look at the very latest one. And you'll notice that um, we have this severe weather risk not including our area right now. However, I do believe that this risk is going to shift westward. I think they're going to see the storm development that's off to our west. It's already beginning to develop. The models have been kind of wishy-washy on if storms would develop or not. We've been looking at a lot of them,
Yeah.
haven't we?
All day.
And what's been like, I've been so much struggling because there's not a lot of talk about winter weather tomorrow. What do you think? You think it snows?
I think it does snow. I don't think it will stick very much, but I bet it will snow.
That's exactly a great way to put it. So I think it does snow. I don't think it sticks a whole lot. I think there could be banding where some heavier precipitation allows for a little bit of accumulation on elevated surfaces, and especially those that are watching in Southwest Missouri, Roby, that includes you. You're going to get impacted by this system. But this is going to be updated shortly, and we'll keep you updated on that. But let's show you some of the graphics and give you an idea of this major system that's coming in. Now, all the ingredients are not quite in place for strong storms and severe weather to be widespread. However, it's enough where we'll see the potential for some thunderstorms. We can already see them starting to pop right there. If you look just southeast of Oklahoma City, there's that little bit of development. That's the isolated storm. There's plenty of other energy moving in. And one of the things, Taylor, that I want you to see, along with many others, is this system is dropping southeast. So all of this precipitation that's on the backside of the system is going to be wrapping around the low. And then with it moving southeast, that might take it into our area. So here's a look at the satellite radar. There's a storm that's developing within the last, like, literally 30 minutes? I mean, it wasn't even 6 o'clock at the start of the 6 that there was a storm on the radar. Now, granted, it's not super strong, but the ingredients are there for the storm to be a little stronger and to be a little bit more in coverage and also provide some hail, because we do have some cold temperatures aloft. And you can see that with the winter weather. And if you look at the low and it's dropping southeast, we're going to take this wraparound to some extent and bring it over to our area. So there's that severe weather risk. This will be updated here shortly. Here's a look at the computer model. And this, by the way, was updated this afternoon. And so let's take a look here at what we've got. Notice at 6 o'clock, it doesn't really show a storm. Even at 7 o'clock, it doesn't show a storm. But if we go back to the radar, what's happening now, there's a storm. And it's just to the south of McAllister. So if we go back to the future track radar, south of McAllister, no storm. And then we look at the model and it's breaking out the storm southwest of Tahlequah. Not perfect, but it's got the trends of those storms popping up. So as we move along in time, you're going to see this storm system move through. And then after that, here comes the cold weather that's wrapping around. And there's the snow. And the models have been showing this and increasing this in intensity. And so I do believe that we get that wraparound precipitation that brings a little bit of snow. Will it be a major snowstorm? No, I don't think so. Will it bring a snow day for you? I
No.
don't think so. No, she's wanting it, but I don't think that happens. But yeah, definitely an intense system that's coming our way. Now we can also look at some other models because we've been doing that. Taylor and I have been looking at a bunch of stuff. While I'm bringing this up, Taylor, what's the most surprising thing that you've experienced since you've been here, job shadowing?
I think how much goes on behind the scenes is really interesting. Like you would never know how much work Dan specifically like puts into like getting his forecast set up and getting all like his graphics set up. It's all just really interesting.
Sometimes right before the weather hits too during the commercial break. So that was a little chaotic. But the reason is I'm explaining everything to you as I'm doing it. And it does take a little extra time, but at the same time, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Inspire you, which some people
really
are
appreciate it.
commenting on here. I've been wanting to get her in here for a while. And so we made it happen.
Yeah, we did make it happen.
We did make it happen before the end of the new year. I know your dad is a huge weather fanatic.
Yeah, my dad is too.
Yeah. And what school do you go to? Fayetteville High School
Yes,
now?
I'm a senior at Fayetteville High School.
Yep. So just so people know that. And my daughter and her know each other too.
We're
So
friends.
let's take a look here at our temperature trends. And this is also something you need to know. It is not going to be as warm tomorrow. I can say that with 1,000% confidence that it will not be as warm tomorrow as it was today. So we've got a falling temperature. We're going to see that potential for storms coming in during the evening hours shortly, 8 to midnight. And then you can see Thursday, there's the wraparound precipitation that's occurring, and the temperature continues to fall. We're down into the low 20s. Whoops, KNWA, that's our station. But we're down into the low to mid 20s, and then we're climbing up into the upper 30s to lower 40s. So we do have that cold air that's coming. And here's a look at the timing of this, just to give you an idea of what we're expecting. So the storm chances are bumping up before midnight, as we're obviously seeing now. And in fact, it looks like the storm split. Let's see. If we put it into motion, it absolutely has split. So here's the deal. We're going to have a left mover and we're going to have a right mover. And this is what we're looking at for the future track. And remember, I've got a newscast coming up here in about 5 minutes. So I want to get through as much as possible here. There's the storm chances popping up. Now, this model doesn't really have the storms as perfect as they need to be with the trends. This storm might go severe, by the way. It's already got quarter-size hail. And I'll show you that as well. But there's that wraparound with the front coming in and the temperatures dropping. And this model has down to lower 30s. Now, remember, the ground temperatures, they're still warm.
Yeah.
I mean, we hit record levels today. So we probably won't get a whole lot of accumulation. However, some banding could occur, and banding would allow for heavier precipitation, more than expected, which, let's face it, the models could easily underestimate. And then we do get a little bit of light accumulation. And there's a system moving out. Thursday afternoon, it's going to be cold. Friday morning, we're down into the mid-20s. So how much snow? I think a little bit of a dusting. Half inch is not out of the question, especially across northern areas. So central and northern Benton County, you guys are the most susceptible to seeing this snow accumulation. Then, as you see, the models are insisting that there is at least some type of winter weather potential. Going back real quick, bouncing to Mega Doppler with the latest radar update, you're going to see this storm, what we call split. And so we've got a left mover and a right mover right there. So these are two cells that are splitting. The right mover, in fact, could bring rotation potential if all the ingredients start lining up. Let me get the storm motion on this real quick because it's not correct right now. So if we go back, we just go back a few frames. Let me do the middle of the, there we go. Now we look at the velocities and let's see what we got. Don't have anything really developing yet. That's because it's brand new in its infancy, but already look, quarter size hail and growing. So the system is intense, folks. And I think there won't be thunder snow with this. No, that I don't see. And the reason for that, very rarely do you get thunder snow on the backside of a system. So there's the models kind of showing the different snow totals. And granted, they're not a lot, but still, regardless, they do show some to some extent. All right, real quick. Do we have a new update of the severe weather risk? Nope, not updated yet. Still the same unless they just didn't change it. But all right, what time is the hail expected? Check. Yep, I'm here. I know we're coming out here real quick. So here's the 7-day forecast, real quick, what you can expect. A big time temperature drop. So the hail is going to be moving in right around, I'm thinking around 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock is going to be, 8 to midnight is going to be that most likely timing. There's the temperature drop that falls throughout the day. So 55 or 54 is the high temperature early in the morning. And then we fall throughout the day. And then we're in the upper 20s Thursday night. A wintry mix changing over to snow. And then you can see those temperatures very cold for Friday in the mid 20s with wind chills in the teens potentially. It really is going to be a shock to the system for people. And then we start warming up. And then we got 2 more systems coming in next week. It's Monday and Wednesday. And River Valley forecast is similar, although I think just a wintry mix. I don't think the snow makes it quite as far south. Last look, we'll look at the future track model, and then I'm going to have to let you go because I've got this newscast coming up. So here's a quick look at that timing. Again, it shows the storms moving in now in the River Valley at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It has additional storms popping up. So around 9, 10 o'clock in the evening is going to be that most likely timing for if we do see hail and thunderstorm activity. Now, it will be moving out quick. So it's a quick mover. It moves in, it moves out. All right, guys, I got to run. We got a 7 o'clock newscast coming up. And take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here, Taylor. Appreciate it. You have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll let you know if something threatening is coming this way.